Thanks for joining us. For 30 years, a dangerous silence held the world in check. It was a silence bought by treaties and built on fear. But tonight, that silence is over. The White House has issued a stunning, direct order to the Pentagon. The United States must immediately resume nuclear weapons testing, ending a moratorium that has stood since 1992. This single directive has shattered the decades-old agreement not to detonate a nuclear device for military purposes. The justification: to match and deter the perceived nuclear advancement of both Russia and China. This isn't just a political chess move. It is the most significant step toward nuclear escalation the world has seen in a generation. Analysts are now issuing a stark, terrifying warning. We may have just entered a new Cold War. The international reaction was instantaneous and explosive. The United Nations Secretary General has labeled the situation as one where global risks are already alarmingly high. If the US proceeds, Russia has already vowed to respond in kind, setting the stage for a catastrophic, unlimited arms race. The question is no longer if the world will change, but how quickly it will fall into a dangerous new normal. In the next 10 minutes, we will break down the precise meaning of this order, the technologies being tested, and the terrifying scenarios experts predict. If you want to understand the true impact of this global crisis, stick with us. And before we continue, hit that like button and let us know in the comments, is restarting nuclear testing a necessary show of strength or an unforgivable path to destruction? The news ricocheted across the globe, immediately slamming into the bedrock of international arms control. The strongest condemnation came from the United Nations. A deputy spokesman for the Secretary General stated emphatically that nuclear testing can never be permitted under any circumstances, warning that current nuclear risks are already alarmingly high. This move, critics say, tears a hole right through the heart of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, or CTBT, signed by nearly 190 nations. For U.S. allies, the reaction ranged from nervous silence to outright condemnation. Nowhere was the anger more profound than in Japan. Survivors of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombings immediately condemned the decision, saying it vehemently opposes all countries that are endeavoring to achieve a nuclear-free world. For America's strongest partner in Asia, this is seen as an unforgivable retreat from global responsibility. Arms control experts across Washington echoed the alarm. Daryl Kimball, executive director of the Arms Control Association, called the move misinformed and warned it could trigger a chain reaction of nuclear testing by U.S. adversaries and blow apart the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. They argue that after decades of U.S. scientific maintenance without testing, there is zero technical necessity for the explosions. Domestically, the political divide is clear. Members of the opposition vowed to introduce legislation to halt any test preparation, bringing the risk and environmental cost back into the national spotlight, especially for residents of Nevada, where the testing would inevitably resume.